Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Rishabh and today we are going to talk about on a very important topic called group discussion and personal interview. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the students who have gotten through with their written entrance examination and who have got shortlisted for the GDPI round. You guys are just one step away from getting admitted to your desired NIFT MFM program. I thought it would be great if someone from NIFT Delhi would be directly sharing some tips and tricks and sharing some insights on how to crack GDPI specifically for NIFT MFM students. So here I would like to welcome my friend Akriti Gupta. Akriti Gupta is a very good friend of mine, and the best thing about her is that she had secured All India rank 7 in 2018 MFM entrance examination. So hi Akriti, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Rishabh?
I am good too, thank you. So Akriti, tell us something about yourself.
Hi everyone, I am Akriti and I've done my Masters in Fashion Management from NIFT Delhi and I've passed out in 2020. Before that, I've done my undergrad in Economics from Kiroramal College, University of Delhi, batch of 2018. And throughout my course in NIFT, I've interned with Forever New as a summer intern in the Buying and Planning department. I have also interned with RBL in Superdry as an omni-channel planning intern. Post that, during the pandemic, I have interned with a startup in marketing and communications, even in research, and I think marketing excites me most, and that's where I've been looking for roles, and that's about it.
I think you have a very good amount of internship experience and lots of internships you have done. So
yeah, I know what I want to do, so that's a good part.
That's great. That's so good to know about you, Akriti. So Akriti, let's start discussing with the group discussion first. So what exactly is a group discussion? Could you briefly tell us about that?
I think group discussion is basically just to gauge your personality and your communication skills, your interpersonal skills, and how you put forward your points and your ideas in a group setting, basically among a lot of people. And it's general for every place, like whatever general GD procedure is. But in here, it's not a job interview. So you won't get eliminated in case you don't perform in a certain manner. Everyone who gives the GD goes to the PI round. So basically, this is your point to score more in general and secure a better rank.
And just give your best, basically, right?
Yeah.
And could you share out your experience and tell us that how exactly it was organized, like how GD happened during your time?
So the GD and PI were scheduled on the same date in my time, and they had given us a certain seat number basically, and there were 10 to 12 students in the room. There were, I think, 4 to 6 jury members who were sitting there, and everyone got a case study, basically a very short case study, a case study, and we were given like 2 to 5 minutes to just go through it basically and prepare ourselves for the GD.
Yeah, like what opening points each and every person can give out during the GD, during the discussion. And I think during the initial period of time, we were given around 4 to 5 minutes, in which in which we have to read the entire case study, and we have to think what opening points can we give during the group discussion.
Basically, we just wanted to structure and organize our thoughts into how we could contribute to the whole discussion, which made sense.
Yeah. So, and how was your experience overall?
I remember my GD being very smooth. They are very particular about the timing. So I think they did give us like some 30 seconds in the beginning for an introduction.
Right.
And you had to keep it really brief and crisp, of course. And they would cut you short. So whenever you're going for your GD, just make sure you take lesser time and not more than what is required.
Yeah.
And just I think I knew a little about the topic. I think my topic was around zero waste production, and because I was aware of what was happening around, and even in the industry, I had sufficient points and content to contribute to the discussion. It's really important you say something, because that's how they can gauge your knowledge.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
also the fact that you can put your point forward.
Right, right. And I think it's always good to take a lead first. Like, if suppose in a group of 10 people, you are the one who's speaking first and you are the one who's initiating the discussion, I think that person get
That does help.
higher,
That really helps.
good marks. Right?
Like introducing, or if you can't introduce, then maybe conclude, because it just tells about your skills of collating everything together. Or
Right.
in the beginning, how you want to lead the discussion. That can work in your favor as well.
Right, and also in the end, each and every person present in the GD had to give a conclusion point also of.
I think so.
Yeah, and that's how the GD was organized.
Right. So basically, there are a lot of people who do not speak up in the GD, and I think they've made it mandatory to give a brief introduction and a brief conclusion,
right,
so
right.
that they can like know how you are like. But other than that, just put your point forward. Don't try to dominate. Just be assertive, and it'll go a long way.
So Akriti, my next question is, how did you prepare for GDP, this GDPI thing, and did you take any coaching also, or you prepared it on your own?
So I did take coaching for the whole entrance examination, and I think the GDPI bit was especially helpful. But that doesn't mean that you can't do without it. I had no one who could guide me in NIFT, MFM in general. I knew no one from the same course, so I thought it would help me. And a lot of my friends were taking coaching for their entrances, and I thought this would just help me have a structure in general.
Right. So it depends from person to person. Like someone would be capable enough to prepare it on his own.
For sure.
And some would require and it's not at all a bad decision to take coaching, right?
It's not, because even in coaching they call industry experts for your help, and
Yes.
there are also people who who come to NIFT for guest lectures and everything, so they know the drill pretty much, and it helps the help from someone being in the same place. So in that way, we had like a lot of mock GDs and PIs, and we discussed a lot of important topics that could come up, and a lot of important questions that could be asked. And other than that, I was also keeping up with what was happening around me. So for the industry in general, the topics are generally based around fashion, retail, lifestyle industry.
Right.
So I did do my research on those topics as well, to have sufficient knowledge to contribute
Alright.
to any group discussion or even PI.
Yeah. So you are basically saying that you were constantly in touch with what was happening around at that point of time, and you were also aware about the basic current affairs, or basic you were very much aware about the basic general knowledge that what's happening around, and you
Or what's upcoming in the industry.
And you would be advising the new students also to
Right.
to always be aware and about the current all the current affairs and what's happening around.
Now that the industry has been turned upside down.
Exactly.
Pandemic.
I think the best and the most important topic on which all the students should read about is the impact of COVID on the fashion industry.
For sure.
Like how how badly the COVID or the pandemic has impacted the fashion industry in all the countries where COVID
And
was.
how several industries have tackled this, like the retail
Exactly.
or fashion industry, how they've tackled it using e-commerce, omni-channel,
Right.
and similar things.
Absolutely. So Akriti, what are the common and important topics which you think that every MFM aspirant should be aware of or should definitely read about them in detail?
I think sustainability is one of the topics that's not just a buzzword anymore. So, about sustainability, about the brands that are incorporating it in their system, upcoming sustainable brands, and slow fashion versus fast fashion. E-commerce, especially because of COVID, omni-channel retail are some of the topics that I think are really important. And
How vegan leather or sustainable leather is
basically
booming.
sustainable alternatives
Right.
in general, because climate change is real.
Yeah.
And other than that, because of course fashion industry in general also contributes to a lot of wastage.
Right,
So
right.
it's important to have that mindset to be ethical in how we are also going to take things forward.
Right.
Other than that, in the technology front, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality,
Machine learning concepts.
there are so many
Right,
things that you need to know about. So I think these
Yeah.
are the topics that are going to help.
Yeah. correct.
And other than that, Rishabh will also include some of them in the description box below.
Yes. One important topic I think you did not mention was the impact of COVID. Of course, like how
Right,
COVID
of
has
course.
been impacting the fashion industry at a very huge scale, and how all the fashion brands, be it a luxury brand or be it a normal fashion brand, are actually overcoming.
Right, for sure. That's exactly why people are focusing more on omni-channel as well,
Exactly.
on e-commerce.
How
Even
e-commerce is booming.
sustainability, because we need to take better steps in times of unpredictable
We need to be more
circumstances like these.
We need to be more conscious, exactly. So, Akriti, now tell us that what are the different things that students should take care of while giving their GD, and give some tips and tricks on while.
So, like any other GD, the do's and don'ts here are also standard. So, you have to be assertive and confident while putting forward your point, but also remember to not be dominant or try to hijack the GD, because the jury members are noticing all of that. You have to maintain your demeanor, and other than that, be aware of what's happening around you, so that you have better points to contribute to. And even if you don't know anything or much about the topic, then also you can just try to pick out some points from the case study itself. You can try to see what others are saying and build your argument on that basis. You can also try to put forward a question through an introduction, if you can do that. And even if you don't get to speak a lot, just conclude
Yes.
the GD.
Right,
Just say something beyond the chance that they give you.
Yes.
So that really helps. And other than that, just remember that they have more or less tested your knowledge through the written exam, and here they're testing your personality.
Exactly.
And it contributes to like 30% of the weightage. So don't get flustered about it being bad or good. Just give your best.
Yes, and moreover, I believe that one should be very much sensible enough to state their points. It should not be that you are just speaking because you have to speak. It should be like you are speaking very sensibly, and you are speaking with in context to the topic that has been assigned to you. Secondly, I think one should not be in an argumentative state of mind. Like if suppose you disobey to any point that has been stated by any person, you should straight away speak out that I don't agree to your point of view. My point of view to this situation would be like that, and then
don't fight. Be a little diplomatic.
Exactly.
You can acknowledge their point and also put forward your point of view.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be a fight. And
yes, never fight. Like it actually will ruin your image in front of all the jury members. and I think the worst part in GD is that the worst part in GD would be that you haven't spoken at all in a group discussion. So it's very important to speak. If you even if you don't know, speak in context to the topic. What is
A lot of people say that they do not get a chance to speak in a GD, but that's not something you can say in a group discussion round, because how will they judge you if you don't say anything? So while body language tells a lot, they do want to check your communication skills as well.
Absolutely. So Akriti, now let's discuss the personal interview thing after GD. So what exactly is a personal interview, and also with this share your experience that how it was conducted during your time.
So personal interview is just, again, they want to see your personality and your communication skills and judge your individual personality. So you have a chance to redeem yourself in case you did not do so well in the GD.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
there are some people who are sort of introverted and do not do better in a group setting, but in a personal interview you may be able to give them a better insight of what you are like. So my personal interview was very smooth as far as I remember, and they asked me about my education starting from 10th to 12th to my undergrad, and what marks I scored and what course I did, why I did it, and some basic questions like why I want to do MFM and why did I not continue with the same course, and some questions around economics, my undergrad, which were pretty easy and not very detailed, so don't get scared from that.
Yeah. And how many jury members were there during your time?
I think there were 4 to 5 jury members.
Okay.
So how was your experience like in your personal interview?
So Akriti, my experience was, I think my interview went well in comparison to my GD, and same situation like you had. There were around 4 jury members, and I was not grilled a lot, but yeah, there were some few basic like 4 to 5 questions which were asked by me. The first question which was asked to me was that tell me something about yourself, and they asked me my educational background, what I did in my undergraduate degree, and why I want to shift shift from economics honors which I did in my bachelor's to NIFT MFM program. After that, they also asked me my how much I scored during my time in my 10th, 12th examination as well as in my undergraduate. And after that, they asked some few fashion related or retail related questions that you should have done MBA instead of going for MFM. Why you are doing MFM? Then they asked me name any 5 to 6 Indian as well as international fashion brands which are operating in India. They also asked me who is the current who's the owner of Future Group.
So basically, all this awareness would have come from your preparation for the entrance as well.
Absolutely.
And for the GD and PI, you need to brush up your knowledge on the industry, especially.
Right.
So that will
the common preparation that you can do for both of the things is that you have to be aware about the retail and fashion industry. I think there is one app called ET Retail, Economics Times Retail, which you can definitely download, and
even
you can
Fiber to Fashion.
Fiber to Fashion, right? So all these resources I would be mentioning in my description box below also, and you can definitely have them in your phone, and as and when you get time, go and keep reading and be aware about what's happening around.
Also, I think one thing that most students might get asked this year is again around the pandemic. So whether or not you get it in the GD, there's a high chance that you'll get it in the personal interview.
Absolutely. So so you're saying that read about the COVID and how COVID has impacted.
Right, and what steps can be taken to just make it better. in
Yeah.
general.
Absolutely. So Akriti, my next question is that how did you prepare for the personal interview thing, and did you take any coaching for that also? Or
Yeah, the GD, like the coaching for GD and PI was together. It happened together.
all right, all right.
And of course, most of the topics were same on
Mm.
which we had to prepare.
Mm.
And there was a certain set of questions that they generally tell you to prepare for. It is more like an HR interview. So knowing your personality and knowing what you want to do is important here.
All right, all right. And what, in general, what questions do the jury members ask?
They ask why do you want to do MFM. They ask why do you want to like shift from your course in undergrad
Gotcha.
to this industry or this course. And the best way to answer this is to tell them how you can amalgamate the two, basically how you can use your skills from your previous course into
Exactly.
this one.
Yeah,
And-
and I would like to mention one point here that most of you must have a doubt that that you know all the people who are from the fashion background would be given a certain preference. It's not like that. I believe it's my personal experience that all those it totally depends upon you that how you put it up in front of the jury members. Suppose you're not from the fashion background, you have done some BCom honors, or you're a BTech student, then you should use your skills. You should, tell the jury members that yeah, I have studied these kind of subjects, and these kind of subjects will definitely help me out in this fashion management program, because it's not masters in fashion management is not a complete fashion program. It's a amalgamation.
Management.
Yeah, it's an amalgamation of management plus fashion. So I think
Yeah.
it totally depends
And
on
your passion for the industry should reflect as well. That really helps. Because I remember in my interview, they told me that you seem very enthusiastic about doing this course. So that also helps, because your passion for a certain industry can be leveraged into you doing better in life.
Yes. So that's what we both are trying to say, that you should have a clear idea that why you want to do this program, and that should be reflected in an interview also. It should not happen that you're not even aware why you are doing this course.
Right.
You should show them that you're so passionate about doing this program, and then only they will be giving you good amount of marks, right?
Right. They also ask questions like why MFM and why not MBA, and you could always mention your preference for the industry here. And other than that, they do ask questions about the handicraft sector and what is happening around us in the industry.
The little bit
basic-
details.
Whatever you prepare for the GD will come in handy here.
Exactly. Like for me, they had asked a question like name any names some of the few technological trends which are actually used in the fashion industry.
Right.
So as she has already explained before, that the use of artificial intelligence and big data analytics have been tremendously used in the fashion industry or the
Right.
e-commerce sector.
Even NIFT has come up with this project called Vision Next as well. I interned with the team, and they are trying to develop a forecasting model which is pertinent to the Indian subcontinent. So they have been working on it for a while now as well, and they might ask you questions around trend forecasting. So you should know what WGSN is or
Absolutely.
Promostil is. They are
Absolutely.
global forecasting trend books. So they could ask questions around Vision Next.
So Akriti, in the end, I would like to request you to share some final tips and tricks for both GD and PI, so that the students can score good. They can score good marks in that round.
Right. So I think it's really important to maintain composure throughout both the rounds. So just be physically and mentally well, have a good night's sleep a night before, and other than that, just remember that they have tested your knowledge from the written examination, like I've said
Absolutely.
before.
Right,
So even if you don't know an answer for certain, you can tell them that you don't know about it, or you can just generalize it in a way by telling them that you don't know much about it, you do not have sufficient knowledge about it, but this is what you think. So they can test your personality. And other than that, it's really important to look put together as well. And while they do not ask you to adhere to a certain dress code,
Right, right.
it's good to look sharp and polished. Maybe wear business casuals or semi-formals.
Basically, you should be presentable
Right.
enough that so that
I mean, it's a management course, so it's something that's required out of you as well. So it makes a good first impression. You do not want to look shabby when you get in there, and first impressions do matter a lot.
Right. And guys, very, very important. Please speak up in the GD. Even if you are, not a very talkative person, or you are an introvert person, I would really like to request you that make up your mind before going to GD that you have to speak. And even if you are not aware about the topic, please speak. So because of that speaking thing only, the jury members would be able to judge you. This is the only thing. This is the only parameter which they have.
Right. So it can really improve your scores there.
Right.
And other than that, I think Rishabh will also include some general tips and tricks for GDs and PIs. So you could also go through that.
Right. So Akriti, I think we are done. Do you have anything else to say, or anything you would like to suggest, student?
No, I think I'm done here.
Okay, all right. So all the very best to all the MFM aspirants.
All the best.
And if you still haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. And thank you so much, Akriti, for collaborating and sharing your tips, sharing your insights with the students.
My pleasure.
All the
Really
best.
happy to help.
All the best.